And good evening, my lovely Lost Tales, and welcome back to the Blue Rose Respite for my whimsical Wednesday stream. I hope you're all doing well this week, my lovelies. Welcome back. We're returning to Tavern Talk. I think this is going to be the last time we're playing Tavern Talk. We're probably going to wrap it up tonight. I feel so bad because, like, genuinely, I really like this game, but it feels like whenever I was streaming it, I would, like, play it for, like, a couple of weeks, and then either something else would come out that I would want to play, like, jump into right away, and this would take the back burner. So it feels like we've been playing this game for, like, 6 months now. And I feel kind of bad about it, because, like, I was playing it right at launch. And now they have a full DLC that's out that I am very much considering checking out at some point. But I hope you guys are all excited to return to the wonderful, whimsical world of Tavern Talk for some more fantastical adventures, to see how this story wraps up. For context, as a refresher, the general, like, point that we got to was we were, like, right at the end of the main story. Big bad end of the world, the villain has finally revealed themselves and has come to our tavern to talk. We had a nice heart-to-heart chat. They were distractingly good looking, to be expected. But it seems that things are going to get underway for fixing things or making things right in the world and stopping evil in its tracks. Oh yeah, for sure. We've been really busy with other games over the past couple of months. Yeah, it was right around spooky time month in Veilguard. Yeah, I have a feeling it was just 1 or 2 games, like really like hot new releases that I really wanted to prioritize. Probably Veilguard was the kicker for me. Because I was looking at, okay, what was the last time that we streamed or played Tavern Talk, and it was right at the end of September, which makes perfect sense because I completely rehauled what I was playing for Spooky Month for October, and then Veilguard dropped on Halloween, and then we just played non-stop Veilguard. So we have not touched this game since the end of September, and I am sorry for that. Oh, thank you, Sofiak. I love this hoodie as well. It is the very cool Sleep Token hoodie that I got a couple of months ago, or at some point last year. It is so nice and cozy. It has been weirdly cold in my apartment this afternoon, and I was kind of like hibernating under my weighted blanket, just with a massive headache, just like, no. But then, like, I put on nice cozy jeans and my hoodie, and then all is well. Oh, but how are you doing, my lovelies? I hope it's been a good week for you so far. I'm getting into the flow of things, or like very much in the flow of things of voice acting, getting back to auditioning and sending out my stuff. I'm really trying to push myself more and more, but I think because it's just still so cold outside and it being right at the tail end of January, I don't know, I'm just finding it so difficult to get that kick of motivation that I need, or like that, honestly, just staying focused on my goals, whereas when it's still so fucking cold in the morning and it saps all my energy. Oh yeah, wasn't there a storm in the UK recently? There was. This past weekend was a massive storm, apparently. We had really quite bad rain in London. Nowhere near as bad as it was in the rest of the country, but it's still been like really bitterly cold, which sucks. So far my week's been pretty good. I had my classes yesterday and things went very well, and now I have a new assignment that isn't due until 3 weeks later. That's awesome. Best of luck with your assignment, Weaver. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are doing well. Like, I'm still trying to ease back into the flow of things with streaming and just kind of wake up my brain to get like that lovely stream of consciousness going that is fun and entertaining and all that. But I will say, in my downtime, I have jumped into Rosamund's game of Baldur's Gate 3, and I've done a little shopping. So she has more health potions, more spell scrolls for some really, really high-level spells, burned through quite a bit of cash, and another haste potion. So hopefully on Friday, because the thing is, like, not to completely divert to the game we're streaming on Friday, because I want to focus on Tavern Talk tonight. But I really, really want Rosamund to win that duel, because I'm desperate to see what happens if you fully earn Baal's favor and you win that duel against Oren. I want to see that so badly, because Baldur's Gate 3 has been out long enough that, like, some people just casually put scenes from whatever in, like, edits and videos talking about the game and stuff. But I still have not been spoiled into so many aspects of what the ending is like if you play as Dark Urge. Because I just, like, skipped through them. I've tried to avoid them as much as possible. So I'm still very much in the dark about a lot of things to do with the Dark Urge ending. So I'm very, very nervous and very, very excited for how that's gonna go. So, because I'm not quite sure how many days left we have of Tavern Talk, I think we've got... The way in my mind it's probably going to be spaced out is we're probably going to have one day where it's like everything comes to a head, big confrontation and everything like that, which I think is the day that we're stepping into now. And then probably a day after the big terrible event happens, or like big damn heroes come save the day. And then it's like a cool down day where we deal with the aftermath of that. So let us just step back into Tavern Talk and see what lies ahead, shall we? And now you guys get to see me try and remember all of the voices that I gave all the characters. I apologize in ahead for my inconsistency. Alrighty. Oh, sweet. All of them have the same file stamp. Let's do the autosave. Okay. Act 3, The Twilight Flood. 23, The Wheel of Fortune. 34th of the Astral Moon. This is fine. And we're off to a great start.
Good morning, innkeeper.
Good morning. How's your research going? Well,
we did a lot of it.
That sounds good. Yes.
I can smell a breakthrough right around the corner.
Are you writing that down, Archie? What? No, of course not. No notes are being taken here. None.
Archie, I told you already. I might be the bestest detective in Feoza, and this might be the meeting of a lifetime. But the investigation has to come first. How are you going to have time to write a book about my detective career if the world ends in a few days? I mean, it won't, obviously.
Hey, Satya, how's it going? Welcome back.
Because our friends are super strong and awesome, and we're super smart and awesome. But we should still focus on backing them up.
I'm sorry. Seems I can't help but gather material, even now. You're a very impressive detective. And I fear what will happen if I stop thinking about my books. Is this what I think it is, Detective Melina?
I'm afraid it is.
Excuse me?
It's a severe case of the nerves. Quick, innkeeper, we need a remedy. Only your most revitalizing drink will do.
Does the patient agree with their prescription? Really, it's not that serious. Thank you. Perhaps a cure that'll boost my toughness is just what I need. On it, patient 0. I'm doing well. We are getting back into the flow of things with Tavern Talk. I'm gonna be doing my best to remember all of the voices I did. Okay, but we do have some more info on... Here we go. Let's read Quasar's page. Quasar Duskbringer. Because that's of course what his fucking name is. Quasar Duskbringer. What was Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way taken? He's human, he's 58. Silver Fox, maybe? He, him, paladin, background of mageocracy, alignment, chaotic evil, arcana, the devil, but being chaotic evil just makes him hotter. I mean, what? Alrighty, so let us get something to revitalize our dear friend. Why don't we do a steel tonic? It feels like his nerves taken quite a beating. Because we've got the Frosted Lagoon as well. But yes, let's get that little bit of extra oomph, shall we? Okay, and I remember we needed something that was a bit of an extra boost for that, I think. I think this is it. Cool, cool, cool. That, and then that, and then... Yes, there we go. Steel tonic. And of course, Andu. We missed Andu. And all of my beautiful trinkets. May this drink not be one of your tougher challenges. This is excellent. I could write a novella about the superb taste alone. I really appreciate the effort to cheer me up. I suppose I've been worrying more than I realized. How can I repay?
Repay, Rishmay. You shouldn't just bear your worries silently.
I would accept an update on your research as compensation. Certainly, we are happy to oblige. I thought my knowledge of tales and myths could serve us well in identifying another weapon to slay evil. So I questioned as many scholars and turned as many pages as I could. That sounds exciting. It might have been, if I had managed to find even a hint of anything useful. I had to break that word down in my head a little bit. Extraliburi is nothing but a legend. The lance of Loganus might be real, but it proved impossible to trace its location. And don't even get me started on the history of the sword Balmer. My research ended in total failure.
Don't say that. We wouldn't know that there aren't any other weapons if you hadn't looked. It just means we have to move our research focus to somewhere else now. Like my investigation.
Oh?
Like I mentioned the other day, I really wanted to look into who this weird bad guy really is. With a plan like his, he can't just be some random nobody.
His plan does have a certain je ne sais quoi.
Ne sais quoi. It's just so mustache-twirlingly malicious. I bet he has a mustache.
He actually does.
In any case, he must have followed some traces that we can follow. He must have left some traces we can follow. And if we can figure out his real identity, we'll know his mortal weakness. Like...
No, I have a feeling that everything between us and Mr. Sexy Grimdark was completely platonic. Nothing weird happened. Nothing in the slightest, but like a lover?
Exactly! Once we know their identity, we can find them and... Wait, no. I don't condone kidnapping. Maybe we could just... tell them about all the evil stuff this guy is doing, and they could give him a really long lecture.
Tried that, didn't work.
Okay, maybe that isn't the best idea. Still, Carolyn always says the more you know about your opponent, the easier the victory. But this guy's like a ghost. No one has seen hide nor hair of him before all this started. And here I thought armor like that would made him super recognizable, with the flowers and all.
I just realized I I'm probably doing the same, like, vocal strain or using my voice in the same way as Colleen does when she does the voice of Tails. There's just something about, like, I'm noticing because I've been getting a lot of clips of the Sonic movies on my TikTok feed recently, so the voice is, like, fresh in my mind at the moment. And it's kind of that gender nondescript, like, female voice actor performing more, slightly more gender non-discriminate, like, tone, or, like, very flexible kind of tone, because it's the same voice that I would do when I did the Lamb's lines for Cult of the Lamb, but it's just such a good fit for Melly as well. Oh, now I can't unhear it, damn it. Alrighty.
And here I thought armor like that would have made him super recognizable, with the flowers and all. I did look up what some of them mean, the ones Clay was able to identify. There are petunias and marigolds which symbolize resentment, anger, grief, and mourning. So that told me absolutely nothing. Besides that he's a bad guy with some big feelings about the world. Duh. Then I got an idea. What about other well-known necromancers? Maybe we have a repeat offender on our hands. No one really seemed to fit, though. I was really, really close to ripping my fur out. But then I remembered all that stuff about the sigils. There actually was a necromancer that died when the portals opened. So I dug that file out of my pile, and yes! If the creation of the portals broke a sigil, then that can't just be a coincidence. Therefore, this necromancer from back then must have faked their death and rebranded themselves as the mustache-twirling, green-armored bad guy that we're facing now.
She's so cute. Melly is so adorable. She's probably one of my favorite characters in this game, if not, like, my favorite character ever. Closely tied with Kyle. Shouldn't you be doing the pointing thing now?
I'm just not feeling it, Innkeeper. I know it doesn't add up, okay? I'm sorry, Archie. This isn't the revelation of truth that it should be. When you write your book, the detective should definitely be pointing at something. Pointing!
Yes, I'll write that down.
Good.
Because we're back.
Fuck! I can't believe we couldn't find anything!
Let the child say fuck. Oh, people, I have a question. This Monday, I start to see Hannibal from season 2 from episode. Now I want to dress like Hannibal. Ooh, Satya. Like, if you're looking to dress like the NPC Hannibal series, look at the way that he uses colors in his particular style. Also, he dresses very, very well. And his clothing is always tailor-made. Like, it's a really, like, flattering cut of his suits. I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there that have a full breakdown on the costume design of Hannibal Lecter. There is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to dress that good. But look into some behind-the-scenes stuff on how they dressed Hannibal, and they'll give you some insider tips on what key things to keep in mind if you want to kind of dress like him a bit. Who taught you that word, Melly?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Let the child say fuck.
Oh well.
What are you planning on doing now?
We need a new perspective. Maybe there's something we haven't considered yet.
That's why we brought some of our research materials with us. Wouldn't a library be better for this?
Well, maybe, but there wouldn't be enough space to put up the conspiracy board.
You brought the board here?
Yep. Thanks for letting us sit up here. Okay, I'll be in the back. Bye.
Yeah, Melly just fully hijacked like the pantry where we keep all like the dry goods and stuff like that. That is now Melly's room, and it is full like conspiracy board mode. I hope it's okay for us to take up some of your space. It's fine, Archie. You can go ahead. Much appreciated, innkeeper. Can we see the conspiracy board? Hey, it's you! Well, don't you look chipper. It's good to see you too, Una. Yeah, you can spare me the pleasantries. Long day? Nah, I was just never really into all this research mumbo-jumbo. I was surprised when I heard you volunteer for the research group. Your info gathering game is getting weak, Innkeep. I just chose the activity that's the least hassle. Too much exercise isn't good for the retirement spirit. But I don't need to tell you that, do I? Before you get another word out of me, though, I'll need something to get my energy back. That whole frantic research atmosphere really tired me out. Something to bring your strength back. Got it. Okay, let's mix something up. And we missed you, BB. Cutie patootie. Okay. Need something. Packs a bit of a punch. Sorry, my phone just went off silently and I just wanted to check if it was an emergency. Let's get some cursed coffee going, shall we? That's something that does need a fair amount of bite to it. I think this is a good start. Venomous Glory, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Blue Rose Respite. I hope you have a wonderful time with us tonight. We are playing Tavern Talk. Just a heads up, we are quite close to the end of the story, so just in case you didn't want any spoilers, but thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I hope you have a lovely time with us. Cursed coffee to go! Nice. Here, for all that heavy-duty crocheting you're doing. I feel like I could crochet gloves for an entire army with this. You got some more adventurers stashed away in those back rooms of yours? Just some more frantic researchers, I'm afraid. So, what else have you been up to? Just making sure Grace and Scully don't work themselves into an early grave for the most part. Any news on that front? Are you in the mood to be underwhelmed? Listening to what my patrons want to share, whether good or bad, is a key part of my job. Spoken like a good little innkeeper. As for their research, not many surprises there, to be honest. The damage that breaking the sigils did is pretty much irreversible, as expected. That teleportation spell Grace is looking into is also not getting any less dangerous. Even with all the modifications she's making, there's still a good chance of it backfiring. And by good chance, I mean like 70%. What kind of backfiring are we talking about? Like killing you? Like killing you instantly. Exactly. Oh. I don't think I've seen Una that scared before. How are Scully and Grace feeling about everything? They're taking it in stride. Or they're just too stubborn to give up, I'm not sure. That sounds like them. What about you? Me. All of this must be pretty disheartening. I mean, not really. These kinds of doomsday scenarios just lose their impact after a while in this business. I've lived my life, I've made my choices. Now I'm just doing what I want either way. If the end of days comes knocking and I'm on my porch, crocheting and drinking, I'll have no regrets. But you're not on your porch. You're here, looking after the people trying to avert that doomsday scenario. Una, do you care about us? Ugh, I can't believe I had to hear that from you. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I could offer you another drink to wash it down. No thanks. Unfortunately, you've got a point. I guess I got swept up in all this a little. Sure is weird. What is? Caring. Not like I need to elaborate, preaching to the choir and all that. I don't know what you're talking about. Sure, whatever. Let me just ask you this. As you are, will you have no regrets when all of this is over? You couldn't just let me have the last word, huh? No way in her. I'll leave you to contemplate that, I guess. Are Melly and Archie here? In the back. I'll go see if the young'uns need some company. Yeah, I think Una was one of our previous battle companions or party members, so she knows more about us than they're letting on. Hey guys! Oh, the gang's all here. Let us see what we discovered about Una, though. It's the last little bit. For someone who initially didn't care about saving the world, she's actually quite involved now. Even though she denies that she cares or that these doomsday scenarios scare her, seeing her actual emotions begin to shine through really makes me happy. A better autobiography will be an absolute page turner. Oh, she's wonderful. Hey, Shep, how's it going? Welcome back. Greetings! Good mythical afternoon, adventurers. How you guys doing? Good afternoon, innkeeper. Oh, thanks for the stretch check. Oh, thank you. Does this afternoon seem mythical to you? It seems... Sorry about that. We didn't have much time to dry off before coming here. The floorboards should be able to endure it just this once. It's okay if you want to leave now, Baya. We all made it back safe. Okay. But please keep the blankets. I could make some soup. Soup from Baya would be so nice. I wonder if it's gumbo. I could really go for gumbo. Oh, it's so good. We should be good for now. Thanks, Baya. Where are you headed, Baya? The swamp. I want to talk to my friends. I see. Goodbye. Let a tree know if you need any more help. I will come. Stay safe, Baya. How's everyone doing? Spit out already. You've been chewing on this ever since we escaped from that mountain. It's just... I feel bad, alright? So... That doesn't sound too good. Isn't that pretty obvious? Right. More importantly, have the others come back yet, Innkeep? They haven't. It's a waiting game then. Was happy I managed to play Dragon Age Velgar, got the Platinum Trophy on PS5 version. Hey, that's awesome! I've got all the achievements as well. Yes! Great, my favourite. Alright, Innkeep, this is where you come in with a drink. I'm going to explode if we keep brooding like this. We're not that rogue fellow. Which of my drinks would be of aid? Not sure what could help soften the outcome of our quest, but... maybe protection from disappointment? That might do. Certainly. Oh dear. What went wrong? We did steel tonic last time, so... Maybe first snow might be good. Oh no, wait. Have to add ingredient first. That adds... I think that was it. Hey, Bran, welcome back. Cool. Clashinator, thank you so much for the 5-month resub. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, and welcome back. So good to see you. Okay, cool. That's a first snow. I hope your disappointment will be just a distant memory after this drink. Thanks. This takes the edge off. Didn't realize my shoulders were so tense this entire time. Can I offer you two a drink as well? I'm fine. For now. Count me in, innkeeper. I don't really want to think about it. But perhaps understanding where we failed wouldn't be a bad idea? I'll see what I can do. Okay, big brain drink. Hey, Mockingjay, how's it going? Something. Big brain. Maybe... Yeah, peak sunrise I think will be a good fit. I need something to help boost that big brain energy. I think this is right. Then a little bit here. A little bit more here. And then a little bit of charisma. There we go. Bren, in order to join the Discord, you can either be a Twitch subscriber of the base level or higher, or one of my Patreon supporters from the whiskey tier or higher, because then they're both roughly about the same price. So it's either or, whatever you prefer. This might be just what you're looking for. This might just be what you're looking for to understand the meaning of everything. 42. I understood that reference. What? Weird. I don't know where that came from. But this is good. My synapses are firing at the speed of light. Here's my conclusion. We might be really, really fucked. Was it that bad? You don't even know the half of it. Wait, this can't just be it, right? Gracie and the others should have figured something else out by now. You probably already have some quests in store for us. For plans C, D, and X? I'm sorry, Hex. Archie and Melly couldn't find any new leads. And Grace and Scully are still at it, but from what I've heard, they haven't found much either. That's... Come on, Innkeeper. Stop joking around. I don't think this is very funny. Neither do I. Then what are we even doing here? What? If the Innkeeper doesn't have any quests for us, why are we wasting time here? If you haven't noticed, the world might be ending soon. We failed to create the world-saving weapon. And now we're here to what? Have a nice chat? Oi, you're mighty close to overstep and they're a wizard. Well, maybe someone needs to say it instead of just lazing around. Hex. Sit your ass down. This is no time to lose your cool. Hey Scarlet, how's it going? Hey Bingus. Oh, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Making sure everyone behaves themselves and listen to me doing funny voices. We aren't just here to chat. Information about the group that went into the Twilight Chasm will reach this inn first. At this point, we need to know their fate. It would be foolish to go running around without a plan. So, are we cool? I'm sorry. Not exactly a good look for a wizard to lose his head, is it? As long as you realize that yourself. While we wait for the others, I guess it's time for another story and keep. I'm looking forward to getting some context. Right. After our chat the other day, Kyle and I went to pick up Hex. We said goodbye to Kyle. He cried. Then he left for Marrow Castle. Soon after, Kay and Bear picked us up. They just stepped out of the tree right next to us. Baya was pretty excited to take us to the Highlands. Apparently she's pen pals with the Yeti, and she'd never gotten the opportunity to visit. And then, whoosh! Whoosh? Yeah. 1 minute we're surrounded by nice and lush woods, and then the next, vast mountains. Snow. A lot of snow. You guys suck at descriptions. Put some passion into it, guys. Paint us a visual story. Our journey to the Highlands was so fast it's barely noteworthy. It was impressive. I mean, sure, evocation is obviously the superior school of magic, but I suppose such a feat of conjuration was pretty cool, even though nothing blew up. And then you had to keep blabbing to Baya about it until we reached the village. Well, Grace would have killed me if I didn't ask for details. While the view was great, we were pretty disoriented. Even when we found the village Clay told us about, no one could point us towards the temple. Kaya looked like she was getting ready to throw people around as they continued saying they couldn't help us. It was clear that no one there knew anything. Even though we still had no idea where to go, we left the village. That's when Baya let out this gut-wrenching scream. It sounded kind of like this. I'm not going to do that to you guys. Completely destroy all headphone wearers. Surprised my glass windows didn't crack or something at that sound. Thanks, I really appreciated you replicating that scream. But why? Excuse me. Hey, you guys insisted I stay to tell the tale. Melly! Did someone die?
Oh, hi, Linny.
Good to see you, Melly. No one died. Hex just got a little too excited. Whoopsies.
I see. Well, make sure not to scream like that anymore. Or no one will know when you really need a detective on the scene.
After all, you don't want to be the next boy who cried detective. I'll keep that in mind.
I'll go back to the board then.
She has more red string to pin down. So, Baya let out a scream. We had no idea why she did, but before she could explain, we heard some loud footsteps approaching. It was hard to see with the heavy snowfall, but a huge silhouette was making its way towards us. Carol almost tore into it as soon as it was close. But before we knew it, Baya rushed forward. I almost attacked Baya's pen pal. You actually met the abominable Yeti? Really nice fellow. Also pretty good with directions. They pointed us towards the temple. And there it was. Lo and behold, the Temple of where the flame of Leviathan is kept. Sounds blasphemous. The trek up there was brutal. It was so much walking, I thought my feet were going to fall off. It wasn't bad, really. The winding path looked nice with all that sparkling snow. That's easy for you to say. You just vaulted right over all that rubble. Guess we did get there. Guess we did get to the gate eventually. It was closed, of course. A gigantic wet slab of stone in weathered condition. If there's one thing I know about this sort of thing, it's that gates like this one, are super inconvenient. Sure, they're pretty good for defense. But what are you going to do if you want to pick up a package and it slams shut behind you? Dingus, no, you didn't miss the pick my voice. I was going to wait until you arrived. Let me know when you want me to begin, because then I'll just do that voice as the innkeeper's voice. You hide the key under the doormat, of course. Right. And since I'm such an amazing wizard, I found the doormat really quickly. What he meant to say was he stumbled upon a mechanism by chance. And then destroyed it. It worked out fine in the end, didn't it? I totally knew that destroying it would open the gate. And it was already half broken anyway. The welcoming committee was great. I love having spells flung at me without warning. Not ideal, I'll admit, but our fire resistance and that dexterity really came in handy. And Kaelin handled everyone that got too close to us without issue. The priests were unexpectedly tough. They wore these white gems all over their bodies that proved to be extremely hard to break. Absolutely dripping, if you know what I mean. You spend too much time with Iniko. In any case, I usually prefer my less deadly atmosphere for foraging my weapons. Everything would have to happen very quickly once we got to the flame. I just have to trust my preparations weren't enough. At least it was pretty obvious where we needed to go. That altar towering above everything else. My poor feet. That last sprint up there was their death sentence. And then I saw the altar. Oh no, what went wrong? What did you see? Was it destroyed? That's the thing. We saw nothing. Nothing. No great flame of Leviathan. Just a devastated altar. And an empty basin where the flame should have rested. We were so foolish. The clues were already there when we were approaching the temple. All the rubble, the poor state of the building. The flame was extinguished during the flood, long before we ever set foot in the Highlands. I should have known that an eternal flame was too good to be true. It was all such a waste of time. You can imagine our shock at what we saw in Keeper. The realization slowly began to settle in. There would be no way of forging that weapon. Nothing to wield against the necromancer. Up there at the altar, everything was so quiet. The priests hadn't reached us yet. There was just the sound of the wind and the crushing disappointment we were all feeling. And then the whole temple started shaking suddenly. Seems like the impact of the flood wasn't the only thing we didn't notice. The place has a guardian. I never imagined I'd ever get the honor of seeing one again. Not after. Turns out the whole time we had been walking on a stone path... Graveler? What is that word? Turns out the whole time we hadn't been walking on a stone path, but on the body of a Graveler. Its snake body unwound from around the temple while its wings lifted it into the air. It looked majestic. Yes, you can do pick my voices this stream. I will say priority will go to Scarlet. Just let me know, Bingus. I'm so sorry. Whenever you want me to start doing the Silka voice, and I will keep an eye on the time and do it for the next 5 minutes or so. The sun reflected off its pure white scales that shimmered iridescent in the light. When its gigantic head was level with the altar, we could see an enormous gem embedded between its eyes. It shone in every color imaginable. What I wouldn't have given to work with an opal of such fine quality. It's good to hear you guys had a mythical moment there. But I, for one, was worried about the overgrown snake with wings. Go for where one of the three leaves should allow the barkeep to talk more. Duly noted. Thank you, Bingus. The thing reared back and then bit off the altar tower. It would have been really cool if it hadn't also carried us up into the air. It was pretty clear what its goal was. Never been so thankful for taking a wizard along. Though that feathery descent spell could have come in a bit earlier than like 5 feet before hitting the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. Chanting while falling at terminal velocity is kind of hard. I'm glad you weren't transformed into pancakes. We landed somewhere the Griever must have been resting before. There was no snow, so we edged by to work our magic and create a tree tall enough for us to step through. That would take some time, though. I also noticed a bunch of loose gems around the place we landed. Very similar to those worn by the priests, and definitely related to the Griever. Though the fact that they were just laying around in piles was curious. That was Griever poop, wasn't it? Most likely. I wasn't complaining. I've never seen such durable opals. While Rhea was busy gathering those gems, the rest of us were keeping an eye out in case the Griever struck again. We didn't have to wait long. I don't know what we would have done without Baya. Her vines covered us like a dome and deflected the blow, just barely. I knew they wouldn't endure another attack, so I readied my blade. No matter how reluctant I was to attack another guardian. Due to the previous attack, we could see a bit of the outside through gaps in the dome. We only saw the white of the snowy landscape, but then suddenly, the bright yellow of one of the Griever's eyes. Hesitation would have meant death. Just as it was about to pull back for another bite, Kaelin struck it right in the eye. Just in time, we pulled her through the tree with us and escaped. We stopped by Baya's and then headed over here. So that's that. Never had such a depressing walk back to the tavern. Yeah, that didn't go well, did it? Oh, quit your yapping. You were going on and on about this all the way back over here, too. That's easy for you to say. After all, you got those gems. Great for your stupid competition. Some of us were just a bit put off by the quest failing. Why don't you just come out and say what your problem is? My problem is that you're acting like everything's fine. Oh, shit. What was that? What was that? This is fine. This is fine, right? Did it stop? Seems like it. Is everyone okay? More or less. Yeah. What about Melly and the others? I need to... I'll go. Alright. Thanks, Rhea. I'll take my leave. We told our story. There's no other reason for me to stick around. I know this is a hard time for all of us, but I need to check on Grace. Goodbye, Hex. I still love my special mug. Okay, Bingus, since it's just me and Kea, I'll jump into lovely, soft-spoken Silka voice. It's getting late. There's always a room for you upstairs if you get tired, Kea. It's fine. I'll keep you company. Things must be really dire if you're offering that. What did they say? Desperate times call for desperate measures. welcome back. Oh.
Keep it.
Okay, it's good to see you too.
Where are the others?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, where are the rest of our friends?
Boy's outside with Una. She's trying to calm him down. We didn't want him to throw up in your tavern.
Did he have a panic attack? I hope Tia isn't giving him too hard of a time about it. She isn't, right?
No. Where is she then?
Gone. She's gone. She left?
No. She's dead.
Tia can't be dead.
You're right. She's way too stubborn to die. Well, she did.
I'm sorry, that's
Awful? Yeah, you don't have to tell us that.
Is anyone else?
No. We got away before anyone else went down.
That's good.
What about Fable? Did you see them there? In the chasm, maybe? No, we didn't find them. Though... What? I found a bunch of broken arrows not far from the portal. They were all engraved with pretty flowers. I think they were there, they just didn't... come back.
I hope they're okay.
Maybe with a drink they would have been okay. What do you mean? You didn't make him a drink and keep?
We had a bit of a fight.
So you willfully endangered them?
I had hoped it would stop them from going.
Nothing could ever stop Fable from helping people, you idiot.
I realize that now.
You should thank the dragons. I care more about my friends' eardrums than I care about yelling at you.
I already regret it well enough, don't you worry.
You better, if anything happens to them. If they end up like Alethea,
I know. Me too.
We shouldn't have left without her. Her body wasn't exactly cooperative. We couldn't have taken it with us even if we couldn't have taken it with us if we tried. Don't call her that.
What?
An it. Clay, he's right. Have some respect. I'm just saying. Well, stop saying it.
Doc Artemis, thank you so much for the 26-month resub. Oh hey, finally managed to catch a stream again, and at a very, very emotional moment in this wonderful game. But thank you so much for the resub. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, you three. Calm down. No need to spill more blood. Please, tell us what happened. And I think with that, that comes to the end of that Pick My Voice for Bingus, which was long overdue from Friday's stream. So thank you so much for understanding, Bingus. Hope that you enjoyed that little bit of Silka again.
What does it matter? We abandoned her. That's what happened. We didn't do that. We sure abandoned the world. Our angel would be disappointed in us. It's not like we had much of a choice. You would say that, wouldn't you? What's that supposed to mean? You always run. Of course you wouldn't choose anything else. I ran because I have something to get back to, Clay. So did she. Okay, how about a drink for calming all those nerves? No. Time and place. I'll take one. Need to tell you what happened after all, even though I rather wouldn't. Got anything to make that easier? I'm running out of secrets, though. Don't worry, there's no need for trading today. I don't have anything to wash away the regret. But maybe I can get you something to make the words flow easier. Alrighty. Andrew is our precious special baby and we love him. Let's see. Something with an abundance of charisma. Let's go with 1,000 wins. I think that's one of their drinks of choice as well. Which is the right one? I think this is a good one. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. And then some more of you for defense. There we go. 1,000 wins. Yeah. Thanks for this little taste of normalcy. So I don't really know what to ask. Did you stop him? No. Oh. Fuck! He was faster than us, somehow. Melly and Bayer drew us some maps to the portal so we could get there quickly, but when we arrived we found a note stapled to a tree. It read, "If you value your lives, go home." He knew you were coming? Apparently. Jade and Tia argued about what to do, but we didn't exactly have a lot of options. So we went after him, right into the Twilight Chasm. It was... Calling it the realm of nightmare seems like an understatement in retrospect. Wouldn't have made it without Voy. And Tia's light. And Tia's light. We ran into the necromancer on his way back. Didn't even catch him before he got to He looked... unharmed. It's ridiculous how easy it must have been for him. In his hands he held an axe shaped like a dragon's talon, pulsating with magical energy. It was smaller than I thought it would be. Magic weapons tend to be size adjustable. Oh, right. Maybe we would have stood a chance if we hadn't walked right into a cluster of nightmare creatures. I thought maybe they'd be a good distraction for him too, but... The necromancer called on them for aid in the chasm's tongue. Voy said he promised them freedom and endless nightmares. And just like that, they sided with him, and we were up against a necromancer, a god's axe, and a horde of monsters. We thought. We were fast. Faster than even his new army. So we quickly cornered him and thought we would stand a fighting chance, but... That magic bastard cast some sort of slow spell on us. Not even one round in, we were reduced to our normal speed. At least we still had some defense. Tia was right. It helped protect us against a lot of blows we might not have survived otherwise. But we were still losing ground, not to mention the battle. He pushed us towards the edge of the Twilight Chasm and the portal we had entered from. He almost got Voy at that point. Void just played some sick solo that momentarily charmed one of the monsters away from Clay when an axe landed in his shoulder. He was on the ground before any of us could get to him, and then the necromancer just stopped, stared down at him like he was looking at a ghost. Maybe Void reminded him of something. Maybe his dead fucking heart. Maybe. It gave me enough time to pull Void away and through the portal back to the moon pools. It's true, you know. You can see all of the 7 moons reflected in their clear waters at once. It would have looked beautiful if it hadn't been for all the blood. And for all the monsters swarming us left and right. We were trying to cut them down, but every time we killed one, he would just bring them back. Over and over again. And then Clay finally found an opening. He cut down 4 creatures at once and got through to the necromancer. He was preoccupied with resurrecting a fallen giant. It should have been an easy hit, but Clay got reckless. That's when I saw the necromancer smile, saw him notice Clay approaching. I tried to call out, but I wasn't fast enough. Just when Clay got within reach, the necromancer swung out with his axe, and it should have killed me. It should have killed me. I'm glad it didn't. Oh. Don't be. The axe hit Tia right in the chest as she shielded Clay with her body. She moved so fast. I think when she saw Clay in danger, she finally managed to break out of the slow spell. Oh, Tia. I saw she wanted to protect him, so I pushed Clay out of the necromancer's way. And as Tia lay there, her body in the pool of the astral moon's light, he brought the axe down again. You shouldn't have pushed me. She died to save you. I had to honor that. We might have been able to save her from dying if you hadn't. I wish that was true too. We should have shielded her body so we could revive her. I think that would be a little hard to do now. Why is that? When she fell, the necromancer brought her back, just raised her up like a puppet, like it was nothing. She was looking right at me. She looked so sad, because I didn't save her. Why couldn't I save her? When I saw an undead Tia rise to her feet, her weapon and shield leveled at us, I knew we had to run. I couldn't risk losing anyone else. I called out for all of us to flee. Jade didn't want to leave until Void started pleading with her while he was almost bleeding out. She helped me pull Clay away. I still think it was wrong. It was. No. Surviving a battle like that is a victory in and of itself. It's terrible what happened to Tia, but the fact that the rest of you guys are here, it was the right thing to do. Hang on. It wasn't. I don't think it was. Dave made the right choice. There would have been no point in losing you all too. Agreed. At least y'all got to live. After that, we made our way back here. We didn't know where else to go. I'm glad you all made it back, but I'm sorry you had to go through all that. Why did we have to? Why didn't Cassiopeia save us? Save her! The dragons are neutral. The dragons are bullshit! Sure are. The real bastard is the madman who killed her. We have to go back. I don't think that's a good idea, but we have to. We have to retrieve her body. He can't have her. No, now he can use her to navigate that stupid portal, and she would hate that. She would hate being turned into another monster he can use. I'm so sorry. I just noticed he's still wearing the friendship bracelet. Because remember, he and Tia had matching friendship bracelets. I am not okay. How we all cry in the club tonight, fam. If we can't get it back, we have to at least bring her here to give her a proper burial. Oh, excuse me. We can't do that, Clay. We don't even know where they are right now. If we had stayed, we might. But we didn't. Thanks to you. But it is what it is, right? You say we can't go back, so we can't change anything. We screwed up. We played right into his hands. All this power and strength and magic, and we didn't change anything. Hold on. I'm sure you did your best. What's the point of doing that if it doesn't save anyone? I can't even feel her anymore. The bracelet, it's just empty. It's just an absence where Tia should be. I feel like if we had just done something different, if we'd been more stubborn, I don't know if you could have changed anything. Why do you sound so sure of that? I think the necromancer, I think he heard everything. What you planned, I mean. That's right, didn't he say that he's been listening in? Like, wasn't there something in the tavern that he essentially bugged the tavern and was listening to it the whole time? Storykeeper 05. Firstly, welcome to the Blue Rose Respite. And yes, I have played Slay the Princess. It's one of my favorite games. I actually streamed Slay the Princess, and we revisited it for the pristine cut. And I have the VODs of those of all those streams over on my secondary channel. And honestly, it's so good. Even though I've explored it fairly thoroughly, it still feels like I've only scratched the surface. There's so many endings I'm yet to find. That's right, it was the raven. Yes, because there used to be like a bird that was perched up here, and yes, that was his sneaky raven that he was using to listen in on everything. Bastard. How would that even be possible? After you left the jackdaw near my window, I think it was a spy, and it heard everything. What? How does that even happen? How did you not notice that? I don't know. I'm sorry. All I'm saying is it's not your fault the plan failed. He outsmarted us. All of us. There's nothing we could have done. So there's nothing we could have done? That can't be right. What's the point of all this then? I mean, it's everything that we might as well give up. He has Urzax. He has an army of nightmare creatures and more. And she's gone. The only person who'd know what to do is gone. And we don't have a magic greatsword either. You've got to be kidding me. What? Magic flame was put out by the flood. Fuck! So we've lost? It's over? No. It's never over. He hasn't won yet either. Even if it feels like he has. We're still here, so we can still fight. We can still stand in his way. Hope will only abandon us if we let it. You're right. Us giving up, that's not what she would have wanted. What she would have wanted was to live, to get a chance to be more than some pointless martyr. I want her back. Clay. No, I don't want to hear anything else from you. You didn't even notice a spying bird in your tavern. Or maybe you did, who knows? You're dishonest with us all the time. Do you even really care about any of this? Of course I care. I am curious though to see what happens if you play it really cold. Of course I care. I care more than you could ever imagine. I wish I could bring her back too, Clay. Well, can you? No. Nice, I found out about it because the voice actor wrote the Magnus Archives. I'm actually waiting the next season of the Magnus Protocol. Or, same here, Storykeeper. I'm a big fan of the Magnus Archives and the Magnus Protocol. I think the next season is coming out next month, but I don't remember if it's like in the middle of February or the end of February. I think I saw a post from Rusty Quill on Blue Sky about it, but I think the next season is coming out next month. I'm so excited for it. What help are you then? Screw this. I'm done hearing excuses, and I'm done pretending we'll make it through this. Clay, please stay. Can I have one of those drinks now? Don't want to go after him. If I was him, I'd kill all of us, so no. What kind of drink do you want? I don't know. Something fast, maybe? Didn't help with the fire, but it might help my stomach. It's worth a shot, I guess. Something nice and speedy. Season 2 premieres February 27th. Thank you, thank you. I should add it to my calendar. Okay, after the shitstorm that went down... I was gonna say Last Whisper, but that's kind of morbid considering how bad everything went. Let's go with a Swift Strike, I think. Oh, thank you for the hydrate check. And the stretch check too. Oh, thank you, thank you. We go, and a little bit of smarts. And a dash of defense. There we go. Gotta go fast. Fast and quick. Just how I like it. What kind of drinks did she like? Defense all the way. Adds up. Oh no, and that's the end of the day. This is fine. This is fine. Act 4, The Wake. Chapter 23, The Wheel of Fortune, 34th of the Astral Moon. Let's just save. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Someone should go after Clay at some point. We'll need his help. We don't have time to let ourselves fall apart right now. Easy for you to say, you weren't there. Kaelin's right. We have time to feel defeated once we're dead. Right now, all is not lost. Not yet. Sure. It's just a bit hard to buy this never giving up shit right now. If you know how to salvage all this, feel free to share with the class. I'm serious. I won't even roll my eyes at any heroic speeches right now. Yeah, I figured. So what? Do you just want to give up? I don't know. Clay was right. It's getting pretty hard to see the point. That's exactly what got us into this mess to begin with. What? Your failure? No. This fucking ambivalence. Huh. I think you guys need to take a good hard look at reality. I don't like betting on losing horses. Of course. Did enough pro bono today? How much it'll cost to get you interested again? Oh, you can fuck right off. Alicia. What's up, Dave? Think this through. What would you even do? Where would you go? Don't patronize me for trying to save myself. Dave's right, there won't be anywhere to go soon. I don't want to hear it, Innkeeper. What do you even know? All you do is sit there and watch everything fall apart around you. Don't you dare lecture me on this. I don't think that's very fair of you to say. You really want to talk about fair? Must be easy, huh? All up on your high horse watching us struggle every day. And all you can spare some half-assed commentary and a few pleasantries. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you mercenaries cared so much. Well, I got there in the end. Did you? Should have figured. Explains why the bird spying on us all this time was also just a footnote for you. Hey. You always go on and on about your responsibilities as an innkeeper. How it's your duty to serve anyone that walks through those doors. If that necromancer bastard walked in here, would you offer him an ear and listen to his story? Would you serve Alithia's murderer a drink with the same smile like you do for us? Hey, maybe he'd bring her corpse along. Good thing you'd already know what drink to serve her. That's cruel. Why are you defending her? You should be just as pissed as me. That elf is gone because she couldn't get over her own ego, right? For all we know, Fable could be dead in a ditch somewhere. We wouldn't know. My drinks are miracle tinctures. They can't move mountains. But they could provide the edge between life and death, couldn't they? And you decided to refuse them that help because you were petty. Not like it matters now. Don't talk like Fable's already dead. Maybe you should have thought harder before letting Fable walk away like that. What happened to believing in them? If there's even a chance they might come back, I'll keep these tavern doors open. Good to know you seem to have somewhat of a heart. Whatever. Whatever. I don't know what else you want me to say. Just try to say something that doesn't make it sound like you've already given up. Like you didn't give up the moment things turned rough in the chasm. That was different. People were dying. A lot of people will die soon, because we ran. So unless you have some big idea for how to fix this world... Oh, I know. You can just set up another hit, Dave. That way someone else can take care of your problems again. It just won't be me this time. Oh, was Jade the one who sorted out Dave's issues with their parents? Because when their parents came back into their life? Ooh. Ooh, that's cold. Innkeeper, Kaelin, it's been real. Or not. But risking Clay's temper seems more meaningful than sitting here. So, goodbye. She does have a point, doesn't she? I don't know what to do anymore. Our way back from the Highlands, I was thinking I could just go see my family, but would I even reach them before the sun sets for the last time? I could have tried. Instead, I'm here. I'm not sure why. There must be something left to do. Maybe if we had the element of surprise with your sword, he might... No, this sword can't save this world, and neither can I. Oh, how is this going to end? How are we going to turn this around, guys? Fable? Am I seeing things? Fable?
Hello, everyone. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome back. I'm back.
Somebody pinch me. Ow. I said pinch, not punch, Kaelin. That wasn't a punch. I'll show you.
Wait, it's really me. Even though I do look a little different. Is it weird?
No, it suits you. Looking badass, Elfie.
Oh, I miss Fable so much. It's been so long. Like, in real time as well as in game time. Ah. Thanks. I like it too.
I like the horns.
They look very, horny.
Nope, that sounded wrong. Let me try again.
Take your time. They are very pretty. Beautiful? Effervescent.
Do you need one of your own drinks, innkeeper?
Excuse me.
Well, what I really want to say is... I'm so glad you're okay, Fable. And I'm happy you're back.
I'm really happy to see you as well, innkeeper. And there's so much for all of us to talk about.
Wait, before that, First and foremost, I want to say that I'm truly sorry. I should never have refused to make you a drink. No matter what insecurities I was dealing with. I should have never let them get in the way of keeping you safe.
I made it back, didn't I?
I thank the dragons for that. But I still ended up acting like a giant hypocrite. None of my encouragement was ever given in falsehood, yet learning to trust in the abilities I knew you had. It was hard to trust in you while the worry for your well-being was eating me whole. The worry of losing a friend.
Don't you mean regular?
No, you're my friend. If you'll still have me.
You know, I thought a lot about our last conversation. I was upset at first, but most of all I was afraid. Afraid that we'd never talk again. I didn't even know if I ever wanted to come back to this tavern. Maybe the me from a few weeks ago would have just stayed away, but you're important to me too, Innkeep, and I wanted to be brave for the both of us. So I came back to hear you out. And I'm happy I did.
Glad you're both finally able to resolve this. That conversation must really eat into your word count for the day, Innkeeper. Worth it. But yes, you'll have to carry me from here. You'll have to carry me from here on out, Dave. I'll try my best.
Oh, right. Guys, we don't have time to chat. There's this necromancer that stole us. Okay, Fable, you're gonna have to catch up on what's happening. I don't know who he is or what he wants to do with it, but we have to stop him. Honey. Why are you guys looking at me like that?
It might be good to get everyone up to speed. You go first, Fable. You got us at the edge of our seats.
Well,
oh, hang on.
I'm talking so much I barely have time to breathe. Ah! Well, as you know, I was searching for Melly around the portal to the Twilight Chasm. I couldn't find any clues, not with the devastation left behind after the flood. And then a thought struck me. What if Melly was pulled into the portal by the waves? That would have been a nightmare. Literally. And even if I could swear I saw the shadows around the portal moving, or the fact that it's the entrance to the plane called the Nightmare Realm, I couldn't just abandon my friend, so I went through the portal. How did that go for you? To be honest, I barely remember what happened when I first went through. The distorted landscape, the giant gangly creatures roaming around, my heart was beating out of my chest. All my blood was in my ears again. I'm excited to watch more of your gameplays because it's hard to find channels who read out the text, so visual novels type games end up being pretty inaccessible for me. Oh, it's totally understandable, Storykeeper. I'm actually a voice actor, a full-time voice actor, so I like to include a lot of voice acting to my streams, so games like this are really great exercises for me because it helps me inspires me to come up with different voices for all the characters, and then even if you have my streams going on in the background and you prefer to lurk, then it feels like a fully immersive kind of storybook that you get to experience with my little snippets of commentary in between. Oh, thank you for the hydrate check. Eventually, I found an alcove that gave me some shelter, but I just couldn't stop freaking out. In my blind panic, I'd run so far away from where I entered that the chance of finding any traces of Melly was almost zero.
So, what did you do next?
I must have fallen asleep.
What?
Excuse me? Well, all that running and worrying got me so exhausted I must have just passed out. It was weird, falling asleep in such a strange place. I couldn't remember any dreams afterwards, just this sense of disquiet and unease. But when I woke up, the Twilight Chasm looked different to me. It didn't scare me so much anymore. Moreover, I felt almost melancholic as I regarded its deep purple horizons. And suddenly, close to my alcove were spiky mountains split the sky. I saw entrances to tunnels that hadn't been there before. My curiosity got the better of me and I ventured inside. The deeper I went, the more I started seeing veins of precious stones lining the walls. And soon the tunnel widened into a huge cave. And I mean, it was huge, gigantic. I wasn't even able to see the ceiling anymore. Turns out, somehow I had stumbled from the Twilight Chasm into the center of the plane, not the dragon, but in front of me was the sleeping form of the Elder Dragon themselves, looking more awake than they should have been. I could only guess that the water covering the floor must have roused them. The flood had even managed to reach cavern.
You mean the dragon that, if woken too early, will bring about the end of everything was awake?
Yes.
Great. Another apocalypse.
Maybe the two apocalypses can just kind of cancel each other out. Like two unstoppable forces just like constantly being at odds with each other, and then they just kind of cancel each other out. Do we get double points for a combo? Wait, I haven't finished my tale yet. But you're right, it didn't look good, especially when the necromancer appeared. I hid behind a formation of stalagmites as soon as I noticed him. Something about his presence and armor seemed off. He was followed by a couple of undead creatures dressed in farmer's clothing. I was still debating whether to reveal myself or not when he began to cast a strange spell. A green mist started to coalesce around head. Then, their eyes flew fully open. I was stunned when I saw their gaze. Their presence had suddenly become stifling. Whatever strange visions the mist revealed seemed to enrage them. Their roar must have shaken the whole plane. Hey, Carmina, welcome back. How's it going? But while was distracted, the necromancer tried to retrieve their fabled axe wrapped in their tail. It was a gut feeling, but I just couldn't let him take that axe. I had to stop him. But as he took hold of the large weapon, he turned to look right at me. My legs felt like goo. I was shaking so bad it was hard to draw breath. I knew at that moment, should I try to fight him, I would die. It was by pure luck that, in that moment, shook off the mist and lunged for the intruder. The undead creatures used their bodies to shield him, shattering upon impact with claws. I hope everyone is well today. I'm having a day, and I'm looking forward to sitting back and enjoying the cozy vibes. Oh, I'm so sorry that you're having a day in bold and italics, Carmina. I really, really hope it gets better for you. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. Take a seat, enjoy the cozy vibes. Waiting on some pizza rolls too, because rolls fix everything. Oh my god, pizza rolls are so good. That and garlic bread. I don't know which I like more, pizza rolls or garlic bread. Maybe garlic bread's more for me. While the necromancer cast the same mist spell again. The spell connected with ease, giving him the precious seconds he needed to escape. For a while, nothing happened. There was just silence. I think desperation made me brave, or blind to consequences, but I could hesitate no longer. If that necromancer was to use the axe for evil while I had the chance to stop him and didn't, so I abandoned my hiding spot and ran towards begging them for help.
You just asked the older dragon for help?
Yes. It seemed like my only option at the time.
How did they answer?
With a riddle. It went something like this. Gems and jewels I create, yet my most precious treasure I still await. Sought by many, found by the lucky. It blessed the oldest and youngest before it struck me. No mortal stands against it, an immortal's delight. So close to death, unseen you find. What, little mortal, do I seek? This one's a head scratcher. I think, is the answer like something like time? Because I'm thinking like, how does the riddle go again? Because gems and jewels you create in the earth over the passage of time. Yeah, my most precious treasure I still await. Not sure about that one. Sought by many, found by the lucky. It blessed the oldest and youngest before it struck me. No mortal stands against it, an immortal's delight, so close to death, unseeing you find. What little mortal do I seek? I think it's time. I don't want to be dismissive though of Fable. I'll say I was never good at riddles. I prefer a more hands-on approach.
Just admit you don't have the patience.
We have that in common. To be honest, I could barely think past all the emotions warring within me, and so I just said the first thing on my mind. I told them how much I didn't want to answer a riddle just then. Saving people shouldn't depend on getting a riddle right. And if wanted something in the first place, maybe they shouldn't speak in riddles and communicate clearly instead.
Wow. You said that to their face.
I got caught up in the moment. It seemed to surprise them, judging by the rumbling chuckle they let out. Eventually, told me all they wanted to do was fall back asleep. So I pulled out my lute and played the Elder Dragon, a lullaby. Oh, Fable, I'm so happy for you. This is so cool. They've come so far. Just as I could see their eyes starting to droop, they lifted one gigantic talon to my forehead. A strange heat ran through my body and a floating orb of blinding blue fire appeared in front of me. It was so warm and kind. It tickled my nose when I couldn't hold in my laughter any longer. I, accidentally ate it? Before I could panic about wasting Ur's gift, their gaze let me know everything was fine. That their flame would stay with me from then on, and that this strength was their boon to me, to this world. The makeover was included, I guess. And that's all there is to it, really? I think that was plenty.
That's astonishing.
It's not like I did anything special. Anyone in my position would have done the same. No, I think this has Fable written all over it. I did forget to bring a cool trinket back for you.
I think you brought back something a lot more important. Hope.
Oh,
Elfie, are you saying you can actually produce dragon fire now?
I think so. I practiced recreating the orb on the way here, but I still have a long way to go.
Ha!
I feel like I'm missing some context here. Wait, does that mean that Fable can create the flame that's needed to craft the weapon that can destroy the necromancer? Dude! Is that, if that's what they're going for, hell yes.
Later, I need to go get Rhea right now.
Yes!
That was fast. Can't blame her.
Hi, Rhea.
I heard you might have some dragon fire for my sword. Good to see you back in one piece, Fable.
Good to be back in one piece.
So, what's the situation? Is there a new plan? Yes. Maybe. We'll need to figure out the details. But it's fair to say we've been given another shot. Right. If there's any smithing to be done, you know I'm with you. How long do you think you'll need to reforge the sword? It might be tight, but this isn't the first time I've worked with a strict deadline. It'll be ready before sunrise. Got no time to waste.
Right. I'd still really like to know what we can't waste time on.
Let's discuss it with the others. Melly is a lot better at explaining this kind of stuff.
She's safe?
Yes, she's safe.
Innkeep, I trust you'll have some quests locked and loaded for us top of the morning?
Of course.
I guess we'll see you tomorrow, Innkeeper. And then we have final quest, go kick some ass! Rest well, everyone.
Fable has returned from their encounter with with a mysterious ability, the power to create dragon fire. Hope is rekindled at last. To reach Tuat, one has to go through a number of overly complicated rituals. Good thing no cleric would ever aid in something like that. A stranger has come to town. He likes plum crepes and spooky armor. Fight of hopes and dreams. All might seem lost, but the fight is not over yet. Khazar can still be stopped at the aperture. He's in the possession of a draconic weapon, but so are we. Thanks to Fable and their newly obtained dragonfire, we were able to forge a weapon to withstand his evil powers. Fuck yes!
Final quest, baby! Oh... I think this is final quest.
Act 4. The Wake. Chapter 24. House of Hope. 35th of the Astral Moon.
Good morning!
Good morning. You don't know how refreshing it is to see you three all together again. I love this group together so much. Likewise. Did you rest well?
Not much, but well. We wanted to spend the whole night planning while Rhea worked on the sword, but
Una forced us to sleep.
She's always valued nap time.
Innkeeper, I've observed you put up quests for us.
I did.
And you even thought about defending the roots. Very smart, Innkeeper. Very smart.
I assume that means you all did too?
Of course we did. We made plans and backup plans and teams and everything.
What kind of team did you join?
Fable's gonna find that big bad necromancer guy with their cool new dragon powers. And we'll be making sure the zombies don't eat people. Together with Baya and Archie.
We'll evacuate the capital, and Zenith too. There shouldn't be any people around when his undead army arrives. Other than our extermination team, obviously.
that seems reasonable. With Baya's help, it should go quickly too.
Right? First we wanted to ask her to teleport Team Coolsword to the aperture, but Baya said she can't talk to the trees in the Forbidden Valley. They're too weird.
Too weird for Baya? Must be some strange trees.
Yeah, I really want to see them, but it's too dangerous. So I'll just wait till I'm older. Archie's gonna help us convince the people in charge about the approaching danger. I'll help with providing good arguments and keeping things organized. And Dave will lead the group and scout out escape routes.
And after that, you're staying behind for the battle, Dave?
No, I'm staying with Melly. I'll bring everyone to safety and protect them there.
Not out for revenge?
I trust my friends will deliver it for me. I do want the necromancer to be defeated, but I don't want to leave Melly alone again even more.
So you want to stay out of it?
I want to live.
Oh.
Plus, Melly will need an assistant.
I couldn't ask for a better one.
I can't with these guys. Agreed.
Now, I know you didn't put a quest for the evacuation, but could you get me a drink for the road? Something tasty to motivate me? We'll have to convince a lot of people we haven't gone mad.
Sure. What secret do you have for me this time?
A really big one.
What could possibly still surprise me now? Okay, it must be the end of the world because we're getting their real name. Okay.
My real name.
I'm all ears. What is it? What is it?
It's Neil. Neil Broom. It's a stupid name, I know, but I think I'm done pretending to be someone else. So, Neil it is.
I love it! Neil! It's cute. Can I give you a nickname? Neely? Neilchin? Nelly? Like Melly, but with an N?
Neil is fine, I think. Let me just check the book in case there's bits of information. Okay, here we go. This has been updated. I've been wondering for quite some time if their true name was as cool as all of their aliases, but it suits him well. Solving the dispute with his parents and warming up with the people around them really did wonders. It's good to see they found their own voice again. Oh. Oh, okay, and this bit of information on the Forbidden Valley is important to the quest, so let's have a look. Forbidden Valley. The Forbidden Valley is a beautiful, if terrifying landscape in the very northeast of Phaeasia. As it is nearly untouched by people, its stunning nature, lush with megafauna and flora, is in full deadly display. Due to its unique ecological conditions and a strange natural magic, its environment is incredibly difficult for any mortals to thrive and survive in. Hence, most humanoids you'll find around the Forbidden Valley are either curious researchers, brave or foolish adventurers, and the disciples of the Aperture, members of the Order of Starlight, who protect and inhabit the still young temple of the Astral Portal. The only way to enter the Forbidden Valley is through a pass from the Say Plains, going around the poisonous Dead Man's Lake. Aperture. The Aperture is a dragon temple dedicated to the Lady of the Gilded Lake and was built only a few decades ago. Within the jungle's verdant heart, Cassiopeia's temple stands like a gracious sentinel in an otherwise harsh and hostile environment. Guarded at its center is the only portal to the astral plane, the reason why Cassiopeia's worshippers have chosen this as their stronghold. Not much is known about this temple since no one else lives in the Forbidden Valley. The Order of Starlight aren't exactly a talkative bunch either. A pity. That's the quest. Rockwelve. The Rockwelve mountain range is a section of Dulvermer with the appearance of a large, inverted earthen scars rising into the sky. It is located north between the blending peaks of the Fearsome Mountains and the Forbidden Valley. It is because of this mountain range that the Forbidden Valley is only accessible from the south. Akmar Outpost. Akmar Outpost is the only settlement in the Forbidden Valley. Well, calling it a settlement would be too generous. It's more like a fortified camp. The outpost is named after Akmar, the leader of the first expedition that successfully ventured into the Forbidden Valley. Or, rather, the first group that went there and returned. The latter seems to be the more important part. The safest way to get to the Forbidden Valley, though safest still means horribly dangerous and not recommended unless absolutely necessary, is Akmar's Passage on the east side of the Gravelmac. However, one should be careful not to fall into Dead Man's Lake on the way, a large sprawling open lake full of poisonous water. Interesting. Oh, the map is so cool. Alrighty.
Neil is fine, I think.
Neil, it suits you really well.
Thank you, Fable.
Such a nice name definitely earns you a drink.
I was hoping you'd say that. Thank you for helping me be myself.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I'll make sure Neil is just as charming as Zephyr or Malachite or John then.
I appreciate it.
Steph, I just had an amazing idea. Message me after stream. Honestly, like, Bingus, you can just message me now and then I'll see it once I finish streaming tonight. And then I might not get back to you after stream just because I tend to go straight to bed. But I will get back to you tomorrow. Let's get a Spoken Heart. This is one of their favorites, so let's go with that. Sweet and sparkling in taste, the Spoken Heart will bring your deepest feelings bubbling to the surface. Do. Boop. Some additional charm. Not that you need it.
This is delicious. Thank you.
I find you plenty bearable.
Thanks.
Innkeeper? Yes, Fable? I've been meaning to tell you. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Without you pushing me to go on that werewolf quest, I wouldn't have gained the confidence to face You're one of the best friends I've ever had.
Fable, I have a confession to make.
Let me guess. You don't actually know how to make hot chocolate?
Actually, I recently learned how. Would you like one? You're trying to distract us.
Yes, she is. But I'd still like one. I'll accept it when you're done telling us your secrets. I'll trade your confession for the chance to make me a hot chocolate.
I see I've taught you well. Alright. This is scarier than I thought it'd be.
I know, but you can do it.
That crazy necromancer. The truth is, I know him pretty well. He's my former best friend. Everyone disliked that. That makes sense. It does? Well, I always knew she was hiding something. And when I saw the flowers on the necromancer's armor, it reminded me of the letter you refused to open. Yeah, that letter was... What was that letter again? My dearest friend, long as has it been since we've talked last? Long has it been since everything has been seared away by the cold flames of death? I wish I could still remember our last conversation, but it's a waning memory. I can only imagine how you enjoyed running away, wishing to forget whatever was between us. Maybe you did, for a brief moment, or for those 30 years. If you did, I'm writing this letter to kindly remind you of the good old times. To celebrate our reunion, I invite you to the spectacle of the century. The last day of the astral moon, welcoming the first light of the dying moon, where the realms of Tuat is just a grasp away. Are there any spirits you'd like to remember? Are you afraid of what they might tell you? Worry not, I'll be right there. Watch the sky closely on the 35th of Cassiopeia. This is the 35th of Cassiopeia. I'll just play the middle ground, because I don't want to be like, you know, he's not all that bad. No, he killed Tia. Fuck that guy. The letter was something. So, you two were friends? We were an adventuring party together. It was us and 4 others. Aquila, Aegis, Alkane, and Kaya. Oh, it's been ages since I've said their names out loud. We spent quite a few years together. What happened? They died. Our friends, they... Remember the other necromancer you were researching, Melly?
Obviously. Is he their reincarnation? Was I right?
Not quite, but we fought her, Carabosia, a couple of times. She was obsessed with immortality and would do anything to get it. To us, it was like a game. She'd do something horrible, we'd stop her goons, she'd get away. We got so used to it that we became careless and arrogant. We didn't quite realize how dangerous she really was. Thinking ourselves invincible, we went into our last fight unprepared. And my friends paid for it with their lives. Fable, to be honest, I thought that was what would happen to you when you went into the Twilight Chasm. I thought he'd be the end of you. I see. I understand why you were scared. I just wish you would have told me. Me too. When we fought her, they all went down so quickly. Aquila got mind-controlled and struck down Elkine. Kaya went down trying to heal Aegis. We tried so hard to keep fighting despite it all, to not give up, and then suddenly they were all gone. And it was only me and Kazar. Kazar? Is that his name? Yes. Kazar Duskbringer. Is that his real name? Yes. Jealous? A little. God, I love the writing in this game. He grew up in the Order of Starlight. It was a different subsection from Tears, but I guess Cassiopeia's servants have a flair for dramatic names. I do like enemies to friends / lovers back to enemies, so we hated each other at first. Disagreed on a lot of things, especially about religion. Because he worshipped Cassiopeia and you Leviathan. Oh, you figured that one out? This place has the sea serpent written all over it. You're a very good detective after all. But yes, it made for interesting fights, but that somehow brought us closer together. And arguing about scripture was always kind of fun. I bet.
But the other necromancer, Keb?
Carabosia.
That one. She died, right? So you defeated her after all?
No. Yes, well, Kazar did. When I saw my friends were... I was pretty sure it was all over. That we'd lost. I was hopeless and scared, so I ran. I ran and I didn't stop until I was too far gone to turn back. I get that. Running's pretty easy when you're scared. And that must have been really scary, to lose your friends like that. Oh, I think this is just to add flavor to the backstory. But, okay, so, because we had this conversation with, like, the party going up against Kazar and Tia dying, and then they all ran away. That feels different from, like, 3 of your 4 friends are dead, and it's just you and one other person. That feels like I should pick the second one. It was, but it wasn't right to leave them behind. Because, like, the first one's like, no, okay, one friend's down, it's the right thing to run. It feels like, no, it wasn't right to leave them behind. Actually, fuck it, I'm gonna save. I think it's okay to regret it, but I'm still glad you made it here. I wish I was less of a coward. You're working on it now? I'm trying. Suddenly, there was an explosion of intense magic from where I had escaped from. I'm pretty sure he used the Shoal Shatter spell to defeat her. That sounds... shattering. Like something Hex would use. We stole it from a mad wizard back in the day. It was clearly too dangerous to be used, so we all agreed to keep the scroll safe and untouched. His name was Kevin the Mighty Wizard. That would be a spell that Kevin would use with his weird thaumaturgy blood magic. Soul Shatter! Ah. It's clearly too dangerous to be used, so we all agreed to keep the scroll safe and untouched. But he didn't. We didn't. We both wanted to study it, despite the warnings. While the others were partying or getting into tavern brawls or petting were-owls. Were-owls? We studied a scroll that could rip souls asunder. I don't think either of us ever planned on using it, but we were young and curious. The allure of powerful magic is a difficult one to ignore. I think when I escaped and he refused to run, with no other options left, he used it against her. And it shattered Carabosia's soul. It clearly won him the fight, but it didn't bring them back. How have we never heard about any of this? You have, in a way. It happened.
30 years ago?
Yes.
I was wondering why he opened the first sigil 30 years ago and waited so long for the others. I guess it was an accident. Opening the portals, I mean. That's what it did, right? With her soul? Turned it into a portal?
I think so. Yes.
And now he wants to bring your friends back.
We can all relate to that right now. There's nothing I wouldn't give to see them again. My old friends and Tia too, but... the past has already happened and I can't change it, no matter how much I want to. I want to honor the love they taught me, the ways they changed me, and the life I still get to live. They're worth so much more than only remembering, they're worth so much more than only remembering the worst thing that ever happened to them. And I don't want to destroy myself any more than my cowardice already did. You are a little bit of a coward. You could have told us this at the beginning. I didn't want it to be him, I guess. Nor did I want to choose sides. He's still my friend, even after all he's done. Even after he put on Carabosia's armor and abandoned his oath, Oh, thank you for the hydrate and stretch check, Sam. Ah. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Sam. So we might be we're more than likely finishing Tavern talk tonight. Fable's back. And things are looking dire, but we're still gonna try and pull this off. I guess no one wants to accept that their friend has become someone unrecognizable to them. I'm sorry that happened to you. To the both of you. It feels good to finally say it out loud. Is that weird? Not at all. Do you think we can share this with the others? His name of the story, I mean. If you want to. I fear Kale will crush me, though. I'll put in a good word for you. Do you hate me now? Of course not. You're our friend. Our occasionally stupid, shady, and sad friend, but our friend nonetheless. And Kazar is your friend. I also wouldn't know what to do if I had to fight against my friends. I'd like to think I wouldn't want to hurt them either. But you really do have to start taking your own advice. So I've heard. Thank you, Fable. You really are my favorite regular. Good, because you're my favorite innkeeper. So don't go anywhere, okay? Not this time, I promise. Do I get a hot chocolate now? Or are we going to be sad for another hour? I love you, Melly, never change. I'll get you a hot chocolate. Thank you for being patient. We got you, Melly. Okay. Need something that adds. Is that it? No, that's not it. And do. What is it that we need to add to this? Okay, that feels more correct. Oops. We go, and some brain power. No, that's Swift Strike. We want hot chocolate. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, a hot chocolate. Quincy style.
This is perfect. Thank you so much. No zombies shall stand a chance against my chocolatey veins. I have to go run through the garden now. See you in a bit. Good luck, Fable.
I would die for Melly. I love her so much. I'll go with her. We'll check in with you guys after we've won. I'd like that. Once we're back, how about some cheesecake and dancing? That sounds lovely. We can make some flour biscuits too. I'm very excited to try those. Be safe out there. You too, Neil. It sounds better when you say it. These two are so cute, I can't. Can't wait to hear it again. Thank you for sharing all of that with us, Innkeep. I guess it was finally my turn, to be honest. Do you think we'll win this? Yes, I believe in all of you. My best little group of heroes. I know you'll stop him and save us all. Especially with you on the team. You're a really good cheerleader. I know. And even if you don't come back, I'm still glad I got to spend all this time with you. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Me neither, innkeeper. But don't say goodbye just yet. I'm still coming back to pick up that quest. I need to check in with the others first, though. I figured. Thank you for everything, Fable. I couldn't have wished for a better person to share my adventures with. I'll be back in a bit. Be patient. I'll try my best. Oh, God. Oh. Ah! Why, hello, innkeeper. We have returned. Welcome back to my tavern. How are you two doing? Also, the two moons in the sky look very spooky. Still clinging to those empty lines, aren't we? You can drop the act now, innkeep. We all know you're not just a mere blabbler after all. Who told you the good news? We met this lovely little girl on our way here. A really chatty kitten, then. Maybe she has to overcompensate for that brooding older foster brother of hers. So you know about everything? About your history with the necromancer? For sure. Have to admit, everything makes a lot more sense now. I'm glad you came back. I think we've all made some mistakes in our past. Some of us married evil fuckers, others ran away because they were afraid. What counts is what you do now, innkeeper. For example, how you help us fix your shit up from 30 years ago. I see you've already put a quest for us. Good. You're not going to fight alongside Kea? Oh, fight? Whom are we fighting? Kyle, honey, you're gonna have to sit down and let me explain everything. The undead army. You know, the one that's marching towards the capital. But who am I to blame them? Sounds like a wonderful stroll through nature. They're not strolling, they're eating away at the roots, protecting the capital. That's not very nice. You got that right? And that's why we're going to stop them. Very well, dear Rhea. You and your cape will be welcome additions to the team. Oh, thank you for the hydrate and stretch check. Much appreciated. There'll also be a few more adventurers accompanying us. Scully, Una and Jade are going to join in on the fun. Una also mentioned Iniko, but I haven't seen them in a hot minute. I bet they're out somewhere wreaking havoc. Saving this world and the capital from destruction sounds like a dangerous endeavor. No, I'm not gonna pull your leg. It is. Just as I thought. I couldn't bear losing yet another person so close to me in my lifetime. I know that feeling all too well. Well, you both stop worrying before anything bad has ever happened yet. That reminds me, did the sword turn out well? Excuse me bragging, but it turned out spectacular. I was able to craft a flawless weapon, so deadly yet beautiful. Kara's Babo really passing an astonishing sword onto her. I even used the Graver's opal on its hilt. You mean, it's... Don't say it. It looks good either way. Definitely good enough for the Ordhart competition. And with the Dragonfire little elf we acquired, it's also strong enough to withstand Ur's great axe. Already handed my masterpiece over to Care. She's got to save this world first before I can win my competition. But you sure you don't want to wield the sword yourself?
Nah. I've fought my fair share of undead. I know how to handle them. I'm better off with the capital, and the sword is better off in Cair's hands. It belonged to a Baba once, so naturally it's Cair's legacy. But there's one more thing he could do. Craving one last drink, Rhea? You see right through me. Anything specific you have in mind today? Just a drink that won't be my last. Mix us something to help us return to your tavern after all this shit. Agreed. I would love to come back here with my dear Rhea just to reminisce. Very well. I have 2 ideas that could work. I could give you something to enhance your dexterity and intelligence, so you can easily predict and avoid all attacks. I top it off with a lotus flower for some extra draconic blessings. That'd be the drink for a purely offensive approach. What would the other drink do? That'd be the choice if you wanted something less violent. A drink that enhances your natural charisma as well as up your defense. I'd also add some honey flowers to make you extra persuasive. We'll be trying to collect some allies on the way, so we might need to do some convincing. An additional defense seems like a good idea. But smashing the undead creatures' heads together sounds more fun than talking to them. I'm not really much of a charmer, you know. Oh, I find you quite charming. Oh, shush. We also have Lady Evelyn on our side. She definitely knows how to get the dead heart beating again. I'm speaking from my own experience here. Your ex-wife will be joining us? Yes. Okay, we're getting the one that has all the charisma. Absolutely. That's an unexpected turn of events. So she's okay? Of course she is. That's a relief. Did you two talk it out? We did. Well, there's still a long way to go. We started to reconcile. I'll tell you all about it after we prevent world calamity. I'm counting on you. We haven't seen Evelyn yet. I'm curious if she's ever going to make an appearance. I don't think she is. But I'm just imagining she looks exactly like the Countess. I suppose having a powerful vampire countess on our side isn't entirely bad. But now, what about me drink? Have you decided on one yet? No. Both sounds reasonable to me. I'll leave it up to you. Charm or violence? What will it be? You better choose wisely. Thank you. That's only mildly threatening. Oh god, the pressure! I'm gonna save. Because this feels one where it is like a bit more dire. But having the extra defense would work really well for them. Let's just see what that one is with. So that's also got the brain power. So it's got to be something that's charisma, defense, and also be quite strong in the brains department. Is that it? Hang on. Okay, so it could be any of those so long as it just has that particular symbol.
Charisma and defense. I think that's a good one. And then because yeah, if they can get more people on our side to like help push back against the armies of the undead, that's also really good, because it seems like the main force of the fight want to put all of that on Kea. Okay, let's give this a try. You're right. You'll need all the help you can get. Some charm seems like the right approach. I just hope you're not completely delusional. Me too. You better restock your supplies and keep her. You're gonna need a whole lot of drinks. I'll take your word for it. May you return successful. Be careful. You're starting to sound like some random NPC again. Let's go, Kyle. And pick up your ex-wife. See you later. Until then, dear innkeeper. Stay safe, you two. Oh, God. I'm so scared. I'm back. I see you brought Kea with you. What a pleasant surprise. Good to see you too. We're taking this quest, if you couldn't tell. I guessed as much. You're not going alone, I hope? Of course not. We're just waiting for the others. Voy, Hex, and Grace will be joining us. We're keeping the team small because it'll probably be really hard to get there. But I think Kaelin should probably defeat him all by herself anyway. Oh, could probably defeat him all by herself anyway. I don't know. I think I work better on a team. I think we all work better when we don't have to go through terrifying experiences on our own. All part of the humanoid experience, I suppose. No philosophizing before a big quest, please. But I love my philosophizing. We know. Are you scared and excited? Yeah, both. But it's not the worst combo. Okay, thank you so much for joining us tonight, Sam. You take care, okay? And good luck with the rest of the painting. We're excited for an epic fight and scared because we care about this world and each other. That seems like a good thing. I guess if I didn't care, I wouldn't feel so worried about all of you either. Good to be worried then, in a way. Though I could do without this feeling of ants running around in my stomach. Me too. But I'm glad you care. Would you say I Kaelin? Hey, come on, that was funny. Okay, sorry. That new sword of yours, Kea, does it have an appropriately epic name? Oh, excuse me. I asked Rhea that too. She told me to name it. And? Lynn panicked. Said it's just a great sword. So now its name is just a great sword. Very creative. Luckily, the most commonly translated name for Ur's great axe is just a great axe. So Kaelin's fits right in with the naming convention. I knew that, of course. Of course. So you've got just a great sword, unexplored dragon powers, a quest. All that's missing is a drink? A drink. It would be foolish of me to let you walk out of here without any help again. A little. I mean, you are a little bit of a fool either way. Don't think I'll just forget about whatever you and that Khazar guy got going on. We'll for sure be talking about that once we've stopped him. That's fair. Are you mad at me? No. I guess we all have people we're scared to talk about. But you were right. The
The past always comes back to haunt us, whether werewolf or necromancer. I can handle the past, as long as you guys promise to haunt me for a long while too. We'll give it our best. So Fable, what drink should she get you?
Well, I think I should play to my strengths, but I'm not sure which one I should focus on. On the one hand, dexterity will make me swifter with the bow, and it always helps to be fast and evasive. On the other hand, you've always been teaching me on how to combine magic and music to support people. And I think a powerful pep talk or healing word can go a long way, so charisma could work too. Innkeeper, I'll leave the choice up to you. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here. I like both of these sides of myself. Just make me your favorite charisma drink or your favorite dexterity drink. A favorite drink for a favorite customer coming right up. I know exactly what we're getting, Fable, because one, we gave a charisma drink to Kyle and Rhea. They really loved a swift strike. This was the drink that I made for them all the time, so this is the one I'm making for them now, on the eve of battle. Yes. Fighting skills could really come in handy for this. And speed too. That way you can always run. Ha. Ha. Thank you. I feel fast and ready for battle now. Maybe I'll even have time to pick up some new ingredients for you on the way back. Focus on getting yourself back first. I'll think about writing up a fresh grocery quest later. So, does your ex-paladin have any weaknesses? He did come across as really arrogant. He still can't see himself losing. Nor does he think he has any weaknesses. And he can't imagine you have something equally important to fight for. But he's fighting for something that's already dead. You're fighting for something still alive. Make the most of it. Either way, best of luck. Thank you. Hope you don't mind me kicking your friend's ass. Tell him I sent you. Huh. I'll deliver your cutting words myself. Do you mind if we wait here for the others? Not at all. Grab yourselves a table and some, I still don't have any snacks, actually. Don't worry. I bought biscuits. Oh, Fable's so sweet. Well then, have some biscuits. I'll set up a table. Why don't you sell cookies? I was never very good at baking. Maybe you should. Hey guys! Hey Clay. You can finally breathe a sigh of relief, everyone. The face and the muscle have arrived. You're all saved. Hooray! Okay, I was trying to make this less awkward, and I see I've made it worse. It's okay, boy. Some situations call for a little bit of awkwardness. I am... Okay, innkeeper. I'm sorry. It's okay, I get it. I'd be mad too. I'm just glad you came back. Thank you for welcoming me back. Anytime. Yeah, Clay, listen. I'm sorry too. You needed us and we... There's nothing you could have done. I needed some time alone to be miserable. Thank you for still being here for me when I came back. Anytime, bud. How are you feeling? Not the best. I miss her a lot. Me too. She's... I know. And I feel pretty powerless without her here. But Dave was right. She would have hated it if we gave up now. I don't want to abandon the world she loved so much. We have to try to save it.
It's Neil now, I think. But yeah, I think we owe it to her to try. And she deserves a proper ending too, not to fade into some sort of puppet of his. You're always looking out for her. I know she really appreciated that. And you're always looking out for us. I'm sorry I got so angry about that bird. We're all trying our best. No, you were right. I should do better. Let's try to do better together then. I'd like that. Good job, you three. That wasn't so hard now, was it? It was very hard, but it was worth it. Thanks for dragging me here, Voy. You got it. I've heard you join in too, Voy. Of course I am. What would everyone do without my priceless encouragement and skillful illusions? Plus, I'm dying to hurl the worst insults known to dragonkind to that man. Don't hold back on my account. Would you like a drink to help you with that? No, I think I've got it covered this time. Can't wait to hear your epic battle ballad about it. Oh, you will. Could I have a drink? I think I could use a little something. Like, some defense, maybe? I don't know how else I'll handle this without Tia. I'll try my best to mix up some liquid support. All of the defense for the good boy. Yes, steel tonic. Make you completely indestructible. Oop. Yes, there we go. It's not quite Elethea, but this is as much defense as I can give you. Thank you. This reminds me of her in the best way possible. I really needed that. Feeling a lot better? Lots, actually. Coolio. Just missing the two wizards now. We should wait for him with Fable. And with Fable's biscuits. There's biscuits? Immediately goes. I'm glad they picked up snack duty. Me too. Glad you're okay, big guy. Thank you. Now come on, before Vi starts his inevitable grand speech without us. Did someone say speech? Nope. This way. Oh. I'll miss this. Oops, sorry. Maybe I should start offering food. No. Andy would go crazy. He'd become even rounder. He's already a beautiful round sphere of a dragon. He would just engorge. Grace! The stars of the show have finally arrived. But Voy's already here. I don't think we can compete with that. Oh, come on. Don't kill my vibe. You spend too much time with Inako. Impossible. Are they also why you're late? We were busy doing research, okay? Turns out we have a little bit of a problem. You mean besides the crazy necromancer with a god complex and a god's weapon trying to kill death? Besides that, yes. Wonderful. What is it? Kazar needs to go through the astral portal and the aperture to reach Tuat and do his crazy apocalypse thing. We figured he'd be able to use the portal without issue because of Tia, or what's left of her. First he has to get to the aperture somehow, of course. As a former paladin of Cassiopeia, getting to a portal shouldn't be a problem for him. That's what we thought, which is where our problem comes in. We know he's attempting this tonight. because of the transition between the astral moon and the dying moon and all that jazz. Which means we also have to get there very fast, but teleporting into the Forbidden Valley isn't exactly easy. It's weird natural magic that makes it a hazard for any self-respecting wizard. You're basically guaranteed to teleport yourself into a tree. Even Baia can't help. We're a bit stuck. Got any ideas? I'm good at teleporting drinks, not people, so not exactly. Grace, you've been awfully quiet. Do you have an idea? I do. You do? Yes, but I knew you'd say no, so I decided to pitch it to the innkeeper instead. Please go ahead. Remember those spells Hex found? Weren't exactly that many to remember. Can't wait to try out that soul-binding one. Don't. You'd risk your own soul. I meant the teleportation spell. The one that can teleport you anywhere? That one. The one that could kill you? I think I could use it to teleport a small group right into the Astral Sea. Somewhere close to the portal, so they can find Kazar easily. That would be great. No, it wouldn't. Well, it... Did you miss the part where it could kill you? With my modification, there's a whole 30% chance of succeeding without stripping me of all my mana. That's a 70% chance of death. We don't have a lot of options. It isn't an option. We'll find something else. Another way. And with what time exactly, Hexagon? Fine, sure. I'll cast it then. Don't be silly, you're awful at teleportation. Plus, it's more stable if the caster stays behind. And you're a much better fighter than I am. They'll need you at the aperture. And I need you alive. I won't be alive if we don't stop him. I know what I'm doing, just trust me. Absolutely not. I won't let you sacrifice yourself for some useless heroics. Either I cast it or we don't do this at all. Oh, fuck. I will say Grace is very, very smart. She knows what she's doing. Grace is smart. She knows what she's doing. I would say it's Grace's choice. I don't want her to take away her choice when she's clearly thought a lot about this. Otherwise, we might not get there in time. This is Grace's choice. Let her make it. She makes stupid choices sometimes. She's too good for this world and it'll kill her. So you'd rather shape her into something she's not? Don't you love her the way she is? More than anything, her heart is what makes her so special. Then let her keep it. If we want to save this world, this is the only way. What's the point of this world if it doesn't have you in it? Hex. That world without me that you fear so much, it will exist one day, no matter what we do today. But it doesn't exist right now, and yet you keep acting like it does. I'm just worried. You're so worried about the possibility of me being gone, you treat me like I'm already a ghost. The time we have... It's so short. I know, I'm scared too. I don't want to die either. But I can't miss out on living, pretending I'm already dead. You'll have plenty of time to mourn me when I'm gone. Right now, I need you to love me. I'm so scared, Grace. I don't know what I'll do without you. You'll figure it out. You won't be alone even when I'm gone. It's not the same. I know. But let's focus on what you can do right now while we're still together. We can save this world, if you'll only let me live. I guess. I can't keep you in a glass case like some sort of spell scroll. Even though I'd come up with great riddles to trap you with. I'd solve them instantly. You would. Do you really want to do this? I can help,
This is how I can help. You don't have to. I want to. Let her be her own person, Hex. She deserves this. You'll make it out of this, okay? You have to promise me you'll make it out of this. I promise. And then we'll have a tea party. So many of them. I love you, Gracie. I love you too, Hexy. Alright. I guess if anyone could handle casting a crazy powerful, probably cursed teleportation spell, it's you. Or the innkeeper. But I guess you're not volunteering. Unless you all want to permanently be transformed into drinks, I can't help you. Good thing you've got me then, to cast this spell and to keep you company afterwards. I'll stay behind, to ensure the spell's stability and improve the chances of keeping my promise. Sounds lovely. Would you like a drink to assist you in this matter? No. I think I'd like to keep destiny in my own hands today. But thank you. Grace is so sweet. She's such an there's so many other big bombastic characters, but Grace is so lovely. Let's do this then. Before I change my mind and lock you in a tower. I'd like to see you try. Alright. Are you ready? Ready as I'll ever be. You better keep her well hydrated while I'm gone, innkeeper. Will do. See you soon. You can count on that. It looks like everyone else is ready to get going as well. So shush and let me concentrate. Okay. Oh my god. Grace? No. No, 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 no. Oh shit. Grace? Grace, you... Oh. Oh no. Thank you for your hard work. You've been a joy to have in my tavern. Andrew, please keep an eye on the door. I'll go lay her down somewhere safe. That's one way to get a look at my secret rooms, Grace. Wish you would have asked differently, though. Hello, innkeeper. Oh, hello. I'm... welcome, or something. It's okay. You don't have to say anything. Just came here to check on you. Are you waiting? Yes. Mind if I wait with you? Please do. Yeah, Quincy's a character in this game from Quincy's Tavern on TikTok. He's shown up like maybe 2 or 3 times in previous chapters, and he's lovely. Of course. Oh god, okay. Okay, so it doesn't make sense for me to end the stream before we get to the last day. I want to see this game all the way through to the end because I feel like this is going to be the last day. I'm just going to quickly take a quick break just to stretch my legs because I'm not quite sure how long this last little push is going to be. So I'm just going to take a quick break. I'll be back in just a moment, my lovelies. Give you guys a chance to go stretch your legs, maybe grab a drink yourselves, and I'll see you in just a moment.
Let's try something else. Now watch and learn. Here's the deal. You slip and slide on this banana peel. What are you doing? We're number one. Hey! We're number one. Hey!
I'm Mr. King Dice, I'm the gamest in the land. I never play nice, I'm the devil's right-hand man. I can't let you pass, 'cause you ain't done everything. Bring me those contracts, come on, bring 'em to the king. If you haven't finished your task, have the work assiduously. No, I cannot let you pass. Don't you mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't you mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Don't you mess with me.
And we are back, my lovelies. I've just quickly saved the game and I am good to keep going because I think this is the last day. Ah! Oh, this game is so good. Okay. Also, it's starting to get a little bit warm in my hoodie, so now I'm wearing my awesome ghost shirt. Yay! Alrighty. Oh, I think this is the last day. Final lullaby. Yeah, this is the last day. Act 4, The Wake. 25, Final lullaby. First of the dying moon. Who made it? Who survived? They should be getting back soon. Maybe they'll bring me a snack? Okay, good. Good. A round of applause for the heroes of Asteria, please. Did you bring snacks? What? Sorry. Applause! That's better. Is that a winning grin you're wearing? What else would it be? The world is saved in keep. I'm happy to hear that. Not that I expected anything less, but it's good to stop worrying. Yes. Can I offer you heroes a drink? Not quite yet. I'm not oh no. Not quite yet. I'm not starting my heroic story without Gracie. I need her oohs and ahs and Hex be more carefuls. Where is she anyway? Did she get tired of you? Hex, I'm sorry. She didn't make it. What do you mean, she didn't make it? Like, you mean in time? She didn't make it back in time? Did she go take a nap? She didn't survive the teleportation spell. She promised. I know. No, you don't get it. She promised she'd be okay. Grace doesn't break her promises. She didn't get a choice this time. But she... Dragons, Gracie, you had to insist on dying a hero, didn't you? Where is she? In one of the rooms upstairs. The one with the pink carnations hanging from the do not enter sign. Okay, thank you for taking care of her. She was the most talented witch I've ever met. She was. And the kindest one too. But I guess a good heart can't save you, even if hers saved me. That's awful.
Yeah, she was a wonderful woman. The world's gonna miss her.
I'm thankful for her help though. Without her we would have never made it. I hope she knew that.
I think she did. We always made sure she'd never forget how talented she was after all.
So, you two, drinks?
Would that make you feel better?
A little. I'll take one then. Something that'll make me feel like a featherlight nymph, maybe.
Thank you, Fable.
Andrew, the day is saved! Okay. Featherlight nymph. No, Thousand Winds isn't the one. Where is it? I usually get them a Swift Strike. I'm gonna get them their favorite. Because this might be the last drink I make for them, so it's gotta be their favorite.
Here, your favorite.
I'm always comforted by the extent to which you know me. Thank you. I guess we should get on with the epic and heroic story now, right?
I'd appreciate that.
I'll start with the other group that took care of the roots. I imagine it began with the Battle of Wets.
They're safe, the roots and the people. Archie got his fancy diplomat friend to get help from the local government with the evacuating. Sounded like they got everyone out real quick. Then all that was left was kicking some undead ass.
Kyle said they had a lot of help too, like he and...
I'm never gonna get over that name.
He and Countess Evelyn decimated a whole section of the undead army all by themselves. The Banshee and the Mary Morgan answered Via's call and scared some of the skeletons to dust. A powerful wizard and a bunch of familiars and former familiars showed up with claws and fire at the ready. Even Neil's parents showed up with a group of retired adventurers from Borkham.
Uncle Dragon came by and helped too, together with a werewolf settlement from the Ashen Grove. Was glad to hear the old fool still got some guts in him.
And apparently Inico was waiting for them in Themis. They had
made a bomb to blow up the undead army. Jade said it malfunctioned, took out a whole lot of zombies, but a bunch of houses too. I stayed back to help pick up the pieces. Sounds eventful, but the team won?
They won.
And you?
Won too.
Barely.
That sounds exciting.
You got a strange definition of exciting.
The teleportation spell worked really well. It was super precise. We could even see the outline of the astral portal, lined in the blood of the first vampire. And showing us the desecrated aperture on the other side. In front of us, stretching endlessly, was a wide river of the astral sea. Its glistening water... Sorry, I was just trying to see if there was like a lighting choice or if like that is a tear in Fable's sleeve. Because like these scars, I think Kea has always had those, but I'm just trying to see like is there any like extra battle damage or changes. I think that tear in Fable's sleeve is new because you can see their arm sticking through it a bit. I'm keeping an eye out for any other battle scars. Its glistening water was mixed with immortal blood. We were sure it would lead us straight to Khazar. But the water was pretty deep, and we didn't bring a boat. So Clay called out to the sun humpback whale for help. It showed up in a shower of stardust and allowed us to ride on its back. Though the fight was tough, having the sun whale there definitely helped, even though Khazar banished it whenever it got too close. Foy kept healing us whenever we went down, but he still had an undead tear on his side. Though I did my best to keep her at bay with my arrows. Eventually, Clay got to her. He made sure she didn't have to fight us anymore.
He'll give her a proper burial soon. You better show up. I'll be there.
It could also be a stylized shadow, but I just can't remember seeing that rip and also it being like slightly outlined in red. Maybe you guys can't see it as clearly, and I've got like the screen only a few inches away from my face.
But I guess that didn't end the fight?
No. Kaelin kept Khazar at bay for a long time, but
I dropped. Hate to admit it, but I did. He was stronger than anything I'd ever fought. That axe is no joke, but neither was his determination.
Foy managed to get her away from him just in time, but it was looking pretty bad for all of us. Only I was still in his way. I prepared myself to call on all the powers gave me, no matter the cost, when Hex cast Fireball?
No. Oh shit. Hex was not fucking around. No, I cast Soulbind. The whale had bitten a huge chunk out of Khazar's shoulder. And he looked bad. Bad enough that I thought I might be able to pull his soul out. So I thought I might as well give it a try. That could have ended you, or our friends. Could have, but I guess us hexes are known for risky moves, huh? Plus, Gracie would have killed me if I didn't make it back. I had no choice but to survive. Did it work? Obviously. I pulled his soul straight out of his body, and in my panic, I bound it to the closest object. Ur's great axe? Precisely. I think it's just a cursed great axe now. We even brought it home for you. Thought it'd make it for a great tavern decoration. Oh my god. I have it in this bag of molding Voy lent me. One moment. Here you go. Yo! Oh, it looks so good. Hell yeah, that is the great axe of a dragon god. Oh, it's cursed as shit, but it looks so good. I love it. This will spice up my tavern wonderfully. Ha! I knew you'd like it. Thank you all for the wonderful story. I'm very proud of you. We couldn't have done it without your help. Or without Grace's. How about I get you all another drink on the house and we go tell her the story. I'm sure she'd love to hear it. That sounds wonderful. It's been a blast, Innkeeper. Thank you for everything. Cheers to a million more adventures. Or something like that. Don't get all sentimental on us now. Let's go tell a story. Let's. Is that it? Oh my god, that's how it ends? Oh, that was so good. Oh, and they're all hanging out outside. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, okay. We've got Fable, we've got Kea, our wonderful other friends, like, oh, Melly. Oh, that's so sweet. Melly's offering Hex chocolate to comfort him. Oh. Oh, and we have a statue of Tia out front. Oh. Look at us. Look at them all. Oh. That's so sweet that Clay's carving that for outside the tavern. Oh.
I really want to play the DLC now. Oh.
Cross through cities made of glass, past the forms of sleeping dragons. No days like the last.
The two-headed sheep and all the weird fucking animals out the front. Yes, fire. Oh. Oh, is that a bat formed Kyle? Oh, that's so cute. Oh. Oh, all of our friends look so cute. Okay, I appreciate the cape. The cape looks very, very nice, Kyle. Also, everyone just vibing, doing their own thing. Oh, Melly! Sorry, that is so cute. Melly, like, creeping up on the balls of yarn used for crocheting. Oh, this game is so cute. Oh, this game was so good. Yes, everyone just move in the tavern, like, so we can all just hang out together and just vibe. This is so cute. Oh. Like, this game was clearly made with so much passion put into it. Oh, yes, okay. Just down here. Kiss with Neil and Fable. Oh. I got it, yes. Oh. Stop. They got Tia's friendship bracelet back and put it on her statue. Oh. Oh. Via looks fabulous. Oh, everyone looks amazing. This game is so cute. Oh my god. And I also want to say, like, I am genuinely so lucky to be able to do what I do. And the fact that this was a game gifted to me by the amazing developers, I'm so lucky to be able to play games like this and be able to, like, take it in unexpected ways, maybe a little bit with my voice performance, and get to experience the story alongside you guys. Because if you want a link to this game, put in the chat !sponsor, because this is a sponsored stream. And it will take you to the Steam page for Tavern Talk. I cannot recommend it enough. As you can probably tell, you'll probably get different choices or different outcomes in the game depending on what drinks you make and then what paths different heroes will take in their journeys. Sorry, I just can't with this game. It's so cute. So I highly recommend checking this game out for yourself. I'm going to take a look at the DLC and see what that entails, because that might be just enough for like a standalone stream or maybe 1 or 2 streams, but I want to give a little bit of a break for Tavern Talk, play something else on my Wednesday streams for a little bit before dipping back into it. Hell yes, thank you, devs. This was an amazing opportunity and your VA work made it that much more special. Thank you so much, Weaver. I really appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie, when you are talking for so long and you're having to switch between voices on the fly, it is quite exhausting, but at the same time, it's so much fun. So much fun. Okay, that mount, the mounted, like, dire boar, that is legit so freaking cool. That is so cool. Oh, Melly on the top, practicing. Who gave the child a knife? Who gave the child a knife? I will give her all the knives she wants. She's wonderful. But a big thank you to Gentle Troll Entertainment for gifting me a copy of this amazing game. I'm so sorry it took me this long to get to the end of it. But I genuinely had so much fun playing this and getting to experience the story with everyone. And I hope you guys are excited for whatever game I choose next for my next whimsical and wondrous Wednesday stream. On Friday, we're going to be continuing Rosamund's story with Baldur's Gate 3. We were right almost at the end of it, like so close to the end. oh, sorry, Fable and Neil are just so adorable together. We were really, really close to the end, but I wanted to take my time with that, with the last push. I'm not quite sure if like we'll get all the way through on Friday, but I think Friday is going to be the Orin fight and tying up a couple of other loose ends, and then have a whole separate stream dedicated to like the last push against the Elder Brain. Because like that last like push when you go past the point of no return is when shit gets wild. And because we're playing it on tactician mode, it's going to be tricky. Oh, you really brought these wonderful characters to life with your incredible talent, Steph. This is an amazing experience. Thank you so much, Deadlock. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry, I just can't get over how adorable Kyle is. Like, is it with his little, like, is it a wyvern or a baby dragon? Oh, it's so cute.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh. I'm not skipping through the credits or anything. I just want to watch all these cute little scenes with our wonderful characters. Okay, guys. If you had to pick one of the drinks in that we served at this tavern, which one would you pick? That, because we served a whole ton of amazing drinks over the course of the night. Oh, not just tonight, but over the course of me playing this. What would be one of the ones that is the most intriguing to you? Which one entices your curiosity? I'm trying to think of which one would be mine. I think I would maybe want to see what the effects of like the really fast drink would be, like the one that we regularly make for Fable, because I want to see like what it feels like to experience like that level of high speed reaction time and just having those lightning quick reflexes, and just see what that would maybe be like. But also then like the sparkling nebula one is really interesting because that would be improving your intelligence and like magical capabilities. So I'd be interested to see what that one would be. I can't remember the name of it, but there was a drink that was colored yellow and orange. I'd definitely try that one. There was the one, yes, there was the one with abs. That was like a strength potion. It was like a sailor, and it was kind of nautical themed as well. So it was like for strong defense and fighting stamina as well. Swift Strike, or that drink that had the muscle mug. Yeah, the muscle mug. I think everyone is just like, we would like to try the muscle mug, please. Oh, this is so cute. Okay, I think this might be the last one, because it doesn't seem that we're getting any other changes. Yep, I think it's just ending with Voy and Fable sitting outside, just serenading the sweet spring air. So I think let us, because this is all the Kickstarter supporters, which are wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you so much for your incredible support in helping to make this game. So let's head back to the menu, shall we? Because I am EP. Yee. Alrighty, so I'm gonna have a little look at what the DLC entails, but I might save that for maybe in a couple of months. We'll jump into that DLC for a little bit and see what that's like. But for now, after many, many months, we are finally at the end of Tavern Talk. So thank you all so very much for joining me tonight. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. I will see you guys on Friday for more Baldur's Gate 3, returning to the nightmarish tale of Rosamund, the Sanguine Singer. But I will see you then, my lovelies. And in the meantime, if you've been lurking in the shadows and you like what you've seen so far, then please consider following. We would love to have you back at the Blue Rose Respite. You're welcome anytime. Be sure to check out my other socials that are popping up in the chat right now, including my 2 YouTube channels, one for my ASMR tales and the other for my Twitch VODs, and my Blue Sky, my Insta, and my TikTok. I have an ongoing 24/7 broadcast over on my main YouTube channel, which is a collection of ASMR tales and creepypasta narrations. So be sure to check that out and give that some love as well. And I will see you on Friday for more Baldur's Gate 3. Let's see who's currently live. We can go say hi. Oh, you know who we haven't said hi in a while? La Avispa, and I believe they're having a subathon at the moment. So I'm going to send you guys over to La Avispa because they are wonderful and we have not said hello to them yet in the new year. So let's go say hi to them. I'll leave you in their more than capable hands and I will see you on Friday, my lovelies. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for the end of this epic tale. I'll see you on Friday and remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, stay wicked and wonderful. Good night, my lovelies.